Hey everybody, welcome back to web design. Today we're going to talk about forms, HTML forms. So you might know, you've seen forms all the time. Forms are a way of us to send data or information through the HTML page. Now, an HTML form is simply a collection of input fields that allow us to send information from this page to another page, or even to post information directly to the page itself. Okay, so we're going to go over some basics for today. I'm not going to get into all the form elements and attributes, but I want to just get a basic idea of what a form is. Now, a form begins and ends in between the form tags. Okay, so usually what we want to have is a form tag, an opening tag. Then we have what's called an action, and then we also have something called method. Okay, and method can equal several different things. Method could equal get, post, and a few other things, but in this term we're going to do something called get. Okay, and the difference between get and I'm sorry, not get. We're going to do post. The difference between post and get is that post will send stuff to the console, or send information to the console, where get will actually send information to the URL. Okay, so it might actually put that information into the URL, and then it will try to go there. Okay, so we're going to stay away from get for right now, but we're going to do post, and we're going to start talking about the things that go in there. Now, the action can also point to a script page, like a JavaScript page, or Cold Fusion Media, or a PHP or ASP.NET page, and then that information from the form will get processed on that page. Okay, so there's a couple different ways of doing things, but again, today we're just talking about what goes into a form. So the first new tag inside of the form is something called label. Okay, and label basically gives us text for the specific input area that we have down below. So for this example, I'm going to put in a very simple, sign up form. Okay, this is going to be a sign up form for, like, let's say a newsletter or some other type of service, but that's all it is. So we're still going to start out with something called F name, or F name. Okay, and F name usually stands for first name, but it's a variable, and you can name it whatever you want to name it. All right, so label for F name, and in here I'm going to put in here just first name. Okay, and then I'm going to end my label, and that's going to be that. So you can see that the label has this show up as just like first name. Okay, there's nothing special about it. What it does, though, is it ties this first name to the actual input that will be down below. So right here I'm going to put in a break tag because I want to break, and then down below I'm actually going to put a new tag in, and this is going to be called input. Now, input is interesting because it can take, depending on what you put into it. Okay, so input can change depending on what you identify as the type of input. So I'm going to put type, and that's an attribute for input, equals, let's say, text. Okay, so in this situation, it shows up like a basic form, right? Like input type equals text means that I can put in information in there. Okay, so I can have that as such, and then down and continuing, I have to actually put these in. There's something called name, okay, and this is how the information is passed from the form to another page or to a scripting page or whatever, is that this name has to be in here because it won't work. So in this situation, I'm going to call it F name because that's what I'm calling it for up here. So I'm making sure these two things are the same. And then also I'm going to put in something called an ID, okay? An ID is going to identify it. Let's say if I want to use this in JavaScript, or I want to use some JavaScript on it, I want to make sure that the ID has the same variable as the name. All right, so I'm going to close it like that. And right now it's a very simple setup. I have a label for my field, and then I have an input type equals text, and then name equals F name, ID equals F name set up. So I'm going to put another break tag in here so I go down below. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same exact thing again. So I'm going to go label for, and now instead of F name, it's going to be L name for last name. All right, and I'm going to go in there last name / label, and then break tag again. Okay, And down below, I'm going to do the same thing. Input type equals text. Name this time is going to equal lname. Spell that wrong. And ID is going to equal lname as well. Okay. And I'll put a break there as well. BR tag. Okay. Now, this is where it gets kind of interesting. If I want to put in, say, input type equals, let's say, a phone number. Like, okay, I forgot to put in my label. So I'm just going to copy this and make this kind of easier. So right now I'm going to, and this one's going to be tele for telephone. Okay. And over here I'm going to type in telephone, capital T, phone, going to equal number. Okay. And this is important because in number, I cannot type in this, right? So number, input type is going to equal number, name will equal tele, and then ID will equal tele as well, okay? Break tag as well. All right, so now I have a form that has first name, last name, telephone, and you notice that it gives me this up and down, but that's all right. I'm not going to worry about it too much. I just want to show you the different types. And then I'm going to also put in something, you know, where we put in some other types of inputs. And this is where forms can get kind of interesting because I'm going to put a label in here, and we're going to have label type or a table for what's called gender, okay? And don't worry, we'll be putting some information in here for this. We'll type in gender, BR tag, slash label. All right, and I spelled label wrong. BR, and then down below, we're going to do something kind of interesting. We're going to put in 3 different tags, input tags, okay, because we're going to do male, female, and non-binary, okay? And what's going to happen is that all of these are going to be different. They're going to be radio buttons. So we're going to do radio for all 3, okay? And in the name, we're going to keep the name all the same. So we're going to type in gender, okay? And the way it's going to change, we're going to put a new attribute in here called, oh, ID is going to be gender as well. And over here, we're going to put in value. Okay, so this is going to be a new attribute. The value is going to be male, or let's go alphabetical, female, and I'm going to copy this just to save a little bit of time. Male, and let's do the value for this one being non-binary, okay? All right, so that makes it kind of nice, and you can see here, I'm going to put a, oh, there is a break tag there. I don't know why it's not working. All right, so anyway, let's put another break tag. Oh, that's because I didn't close my label tag. All right, so now we have these 3, and what we're going to do is we're actually going to put in text right next to this. So we're going to type in female for this, female, male, and then over here, non-binary. Okay, so that's going to be our gender list right now. I'm going to save it. Make sure to always save your work. All right, and then it's a little kind of crazy over here, so I'm going to start breaking these up a little bit so they look a little nicer, so we can see what's going on. And down below, we're going to do one more thing. We're going to click on, we're going to create a label, okay, for, let's say, sign up, okay, and where I want more information, okay, do a slash label, we'll do a break tag, and what we're going to do is we're going to put in something similar to the radio, but it's going to be a checkbox. So we're going to put in input type equals checkbox, all right, and we're going to do all the same things again. Name equals sign up, ID equals sign up, and value equals yes, sign up. Okay, so that's what the value is going to equal. And later on, we can simply check this, it's yes or no. Okay, and now that looks like pretty much our form's kind of done. It's kind of ugly. I know our form doesn't look very pretty, but that's where styling comes in. And actually, we can put this input before the label. This might be kind of nice. If we put the input before the label, we can have it like, I want more information, we can check it or not. All right, so after this, our last part of the form is going to be the button. So we're going to have an input type equals submit. Value is going to equal submit. And ID is going to equal submit. Okay, so now we have a submit button. Okay, you can see we submit. It doesn't go anywhere because we don't have anything yet to have it go anywhere. Oops. Let's save it, it'll refresh. But we can take out this action and we can take out the method if we don't want it to go anywhere right now. So there we go. And I think the submit right now, it just doesn't go anywhere. So it's a little annoying, but whatever. And then down below, if you want to do a reset button, we can do the same type of thing. Input type equals reset. Value equals reset, and we can, I don't even think we need an ID for that. It's just going to be reset, resent. So there we go. That's our basic form. You can see that we've used the label and input tags quite a bit. Label is very simple. It's just label equals the, the identifier, and then, but down below we have different types of identifiers for our input types. And notice how the input type will change based on the type attribute. Okay, so again, we can turn this into, we can turn input into this right here, and we can get more information and click submit. Now obviously this is not going to work because we don't have it going to anything yet, but again, the idea here is that we're just trying to create these forms so we can capture information. All right, guys, so this is a wrap. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it.